This is Daryl from Crypto Daily Trade Signals coming to you live from Asia. This is our 6 p.m. Update. Hopefully you guys are having a great morning in the U.S. Hope you got your cup of joe and you're starting to wake up and start to prepare for your day and your adventure that's about to begin. And my friends in Asia, you're winding down a pretty busy day for some of you. Some of you like me, who are in lockdown. I think this is the 15th day. I'm still climbing the walls. Let me out. So, we're still, I believe we still got another 7 or 8 days left of this lockdown adventure. So let's see how it falls out. If I start growing fangs and start going crazy and turning into a marshmallow or something, then I've got full-blown lockdown fever syndrome. So let's see how that pans out. And guys and gals, we got a really amazing video for you today. We're going to talk about potentially one of the biggest frauds exposed in this video right now. So you guys really need to sit back, buckle up. This could be a long one, but I think it's really important that we get this out. And you guys, at the end of the video, you need to take the necessary precautions as you see fit. Remember, none of this advice in this video is financial advice. It's only me offering my opinion, expressing my opinion. You have to do your own risk management. And remember, it's your money, it's not my money. So you have to make your own educated and informed decisions. So we're going to be talking about one of the biggest frauds exposed. And we're also going to be talking about Bitcoin. We're going to be talking about Doge. We're also going to be talking about some of the levels where I see Doge going in the next couple of days, 2 weeks. Also, we're going to talk about where I see Bitcoin going in the next days, a couple of weeks. We're also going to talk about Ethereum. There's some interesting information that gives pretty reliable, what I consider reliable price targets as to where we could see Ethereum going at the end of the year, definitely by December 31st, 2021, right? So we're going to talk about that. So I think it's going to be real barn burner. So we're going to jump into it right now. And remember, watch out for nasty scammers, guys. I will never ask you to contact me through WhatsApp or Telegram. Okay, because we've had some subscribers, some members saying that that there's been some people try to reach out to them in the comment section. Also, too, there are some people who pretend to be me in Telegram. We've had that happen a couple times, so watch out for these nasty scammers. And one final thing, guys. Don't forget to go back and watch some of my previous videos. You're going to love it. I love it. I remember some of these things are kind of like a mini-series, so if you miss out, if you miss something out, then, it could be like a domino effect and you can miss more stuff out. So go back and take a look at some of these videos. And this video here, breaking news, Elon said this, my story. This is a really good video. It really talks about my story and how I got into crypto and how my crypto evolution started. I'm probably going to do a longer one. If you'd like that, let me know about my story and how I got there. So first of all, let's dive into the pre-markets, the U.S. pre-markets right now. So let's talk about the pre-markets, U.S. pre-markets. So right now the Dow is down, the S&P is down, NASDAQ is down. So I'm hoping that the stock market, the stock market will go up when they open. But if we base it on the pre-markets, looks like it could be a red day over there. And ideally, when the stocks go down, you often see crypto go down as well. Not exactly the same measure mood, not always, but there is, when there's a lot of selling pressure on the broader markets, you often can see that on the cryptos in general, but not always. There's not a one-to-one correlation, guys. So don't beat me up in the comments. So let's take a look at where Bitcoin is right now. Bitcoin right now is trading at 37,770. 37,731. It keeps moving, so I was like, keep moving. So, we had this big, huge upside yesterday, and then we've come down considerably compared to yesterday. And so, overall, though, if you look at this, if you look at this here, we've got this ascending wedge going up. So this is a pretty bullish pattern right now, and as long as we hold above our 20 and 50 day EMA and we can stay above the 35,500, we're looking pretty bullish. I still think we're looking pretty bullish, guys. So if we measure from the top of here and we go all the way down, you can see that from here to here, we went down around about 7%. So, it's a lot better than where we were earlier this morning in Asia. We were down almost 10 we're down almost, if you look at that, almost 10%. So we're coming back up there a little bit. So that's pretty good news, guys. So, it looks like we had that huge dump because of this Amazon, reverse fraud, this whole thing that Amazon denies rumors. And we all know that this was a paid dumpster article. I'm sure that paid by some whale because they wanted to get back into the market and open some long positions so they could recover their losses from when they got wrecked. So I'm not going to talk about too much about that. I talked about that in verbatim today. So the good news is we're only down around about 7% compared to our high yesterday. We were down, as I said earlier, almost 11% earlier today in Asia time. So we're doing a lot better now than where we were before. So it's good news. It looks like we're retracing, we're going back up. So hopefully, that'll put us in green territory for most of the day. So let's jump into the Doge right now and let's get into the Doge. Where's my Doge? So right now, Doge is looking pretty similar. We're slightly down a little bit right now. So that's not overall good news, but we're still better off than where we are yesterday. We're trading at around about 19.9. So that's okay. We were at 19.3. We were at 19.3 yesterday early morning in Asia. So we are still come up from our bottoms here. Let me get rid of that little marky here and get out of there. Okay, ignore it. I hate these. There we go. So let's just measure that where we are. So you can see here, we went as high as here. So we're down around about 12%. So that's better. We were down almost 15% this morning. So we're coming back up there. So that's okay, guys. We're much better than where we were 24 hours ago. So that's a positive sign. We're still off our highs. Let me get my face out of there. We're still off our highs of around about 24.4 that we hit yesterday. But overall, we're going to come back. You don't worry about the Doge. The Doge, we're going to come back. So we're at 20. We hit 23.4 yesterday, and right now we're trading. We went as low as 19.5, and right now we're at 19.9. So we're almost at 20 cents. So that's a lot better than where we were, right, guys? So the big news. Let's talk about it. This is going to be a long one, and this is about the biggest fraud potentially exposed, and this could have a huge impact on the crypto markets, crypto space, and let's jump into it right now. So you guys have to buckle up. You have to stay through the beginning to the end. Don't click away, and then we'll get into some more of the positive news. All right, so I'm bringing this to you, and I'm bringing it to you. So here we go. So Tether USD is possibly a scam, but it cannot remain a scam, but it can remain valuable. Okay, so as you guys know, right now the Department of Justice is investigating Tether execs for bank fraud. I talked about that, but and the U.S. Department of Justice reportedly is centering around ongoing bank fraud investigations. Tether has since grown into one of the largest stablecoins, a digital token designed to bypass the market fluctuations in crypto, which are often used to buy and sell Bitcoin. So the stablecoin is tied to half of all Bitcoin trades. So most of the Bitcoin trades that are done now are done in Tether. So if Tether collapses, this is going to have a huge impact on the crypto space. So you guys just need to buckle up and be aware of that. And we're going to jump into the reasons why this investigation is possibly happening, why it's happening, and what could be the possible outcome. So Tether is currently the third largest cryptocurrency by market cap, which currently stands at 64 billion. So it's a big boy, it's a heavyweight. And in June, the company disclosed that the sizable chunk of its reserves are in commercial paper. Now, we all think and all believe that because it's a stable coin, that we think that the majority of Tether is backed by US dollar. That's completely far from the truth. We'll talk about that. I'll jump into an audit and we'll compare USDC, and we'll look at USDC versus Tether, and you'll find that the Tether is basically only 3.5% backed by US dollar. So if there's ever a run on Tether, it will collapse, pretty similar to what happened with Mark Cuban and Titan, remember? you know. So this is really not good news. So the investigation isn't the first time Tether's been a regulatory target. Remember, stable coins are not regulated, and Tether is incorporated in the British Virgin Islands. Absolutely no financial regulation, no banking license, nothing. Okay, so basically Tether has a free printing press to print as much Tether as they want. Okay, keep that in mind. All right, so Tether was investigated the first time Tether has been a regulatory target. It was investigated in February, and several Tether affiliates reached a 18.5 million settlement. So basically, they paid a fine to kind of squash the investigation. So let's kind of do a deep dive into what Tether is, why it could be a scam, why it could be possibly a fraud, and why it's possibly being targeted by the Department of Justice. Okay, this is just my opinion. I'm only offering my opinion. Okay, so let me blow this up for you guys so you can see it. So let's just, for the newbies out there who don't understand what Tether is, let's jump into it. So let me get my face out of the way. So Tether right now, as you guys know, there we go, a smaller face, still a handsome face but smaller. So Tether USD is a stable coin which claim value where one Tether equals $1. Okay, this is what their claim is. Tether Limited, the centralized authority of USTD, has the ability to print Tether and therefore is claiming to print something equivalent to the US dollar. Tether is not a central bank or bank regulated in any way by any other country other than the British Virgin Islands. Okay, it is not audited. It's not audited and has been fined by financial regulators for financial misconduct and revealed that its stablecoin is mostly not backed by US dollar. Yet it still trades around about $1. Why? So here you understand that it's not backed by USD, but it's considered still a stable coin. Unlike USDC, which approximately, and we'll talk about that, is 63% of USDC is backed by US dollar. Okay. So let's talk about what a financial scam is. Okay, financial scams are unraveled when asset holders demand compensation at the same time. Basically, if all the asset holders demand compensation, we call that a run on the bank, and when the financial institution cannot compensate its customers. So, however, such bank runs can be avoided and scams can go on for a very long time possibly, because the likelihood of everybody's cashing out saying I want my US dollar for Tether at exactly the same time is pretty darn impossible, right, in the crypto space. All right, so such bank runs can be avoided and scams can go on for a very long time or possibly indefinitely if these conditions hold true. Asset holding is concentrated in the hands of a few, which is true. Asset holders are part of a scam, are vested in the success of the scam, and regulators do not take action. So, do these three cases here apply to Tether? Okay, in Tether cases, all three of these apply. Okay, about 100 accounts are claimed to control most of the circulation, so the assets are concentrated. Account holders are likely to be exchanges that take advantage of Tether to minimize their dealings with regulated banks, which is necessary to deal in US dollars. This is a guess, but we know that at least Bitfinex exchanged its Tether Limited claim to own the same individual and other potential use cases to exchange Tether to drive the price of cryptos. Okay, so as you guys may not be aware, okay, is that Tether keeps literally printing money. Okay, did you guys not hear that Tether and Bitfinex, the two companies, claim to be different, but in fact they're owned by the same. They turned out to be owned by the same people. Okay, so this is really key to understand. And now this is where it gets really interesting. Is that Bitfinex pretty much went underwater. Okay, it almost went underwater. So Tether's plan was to print more money and transfer to Bitfinex to prop it up so it didn't go underwater. So it looks good on the books, and then they did that. However, the New York regulators had demanded an audit. And however, an audit of the sort was happening to Tether at the same time. So Bitfinex kindly transferred the money back to Tether to make it look good on the books. So this has been going on for months and months. And so Bitfinex and Tether are owned by the same company, okay? All right, so Tether Limited is a British Virgin Islands company and has no financial licenses. Therefore, it is not regulated as a financial institution. U.S. authorities cannot fine Tether Limited, which they have already done. U.S. regulators cannot shut down its operations. Sometimes Tether Limited claims to be regulated, but regulation, they refer to the registration of FinCEN, Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. However, the registration only means that they can submit suspicious activities to FinCEN, so they're not regulated. FinCEN clearly states that registering it does not imply FinCEN provides any guarantee of their operations. Okay, so we expect Tether to continue as long as all these hold. Let's see. Crypto exchanges remain liquid and need it to exist. So exchanges need Tether to maintain their liquidity, and they need to exist. A run on exchanges could bring down Tether, but given that exchanges are becoming public, their ability to satisfy high demand is increasing. Stable coins are not regulated. Regulation that stops individual institutions from holding onto unregulated stable coins could end Tether. So that's why when we have Yellen and all these people screaming about regulation of Tether, this is a good thing. There's already a proposal in the U.S. House of Representatives for stopping unbacked stablecoin printing. All right, so they want to make a regulation that if you're going to say that you're a stablecoin and you are saying that, you got to be backed by the currency in hand. Boston Federal Reserve has listed Tether among the financial stability challenges. One of these exhibits included Tether in its list below. All right, so you can see here that does Tether have a legitimate use case? Yes, it does. Why is Tether possibly a scam? Tether Limited is unlikely to be able to back all of its Tether in circulation with USD, even though it claims to be a stable coin provider. In addition to its opaque and unregulated institution already fined by financial authorities. So once again, it's not backed by USD stable coins. Tethers are not backed by USD. As of March 2021, only a few percentage points of Tethers were backed by cash, equivalents, and treasury bills. So the valuable reserves like commercial papers don't have any equated. So most of Tether is backed by commercial papers. Okay, so we could also say it's true that this approach is called fractional banking, but how our banks are regulated and provide significant transparency into where they keep their money. Tether does not. Okay, so these are some of the risks. So you can see here that the amount of cash that Tether is backed by is only 3.87%. And the rest of it is commercial paper, which can be anything. It's internal commercial paper. It doesn't mean anything. So you can see that, only a fraction of Tether is actually backed by anything. All right. So basically, Tether is kind of like a vaporware. Okay. So who is enriching? Who's being enriched? So owners of Tether Limited, Tether places funds in interest-bearing instruments like commercial paper and loans with returns. So basically, these commercial papers are just loans that they're giving people out. These returns become fully owned by Tether Limited since Tether's price is pegged at $1. So when investors invest in Tether, investors get no returns, but Tether Limited earns from the USD investors. So the commercial paper has no value. Okay, so what next? With governments launching central bank digital currencies and moving towards to regulate Tether, Tether is unlikely to retain its market impact in the long term. All right, so bottom line, we could be seeing a huge collapse in Tether soon, and that could send cryptos tumbling in the near future. So here's another story that also backs it up. Here, you can see here that auditors reveal USDC backing as Jim Cramer sounds alarm over Tether's mad money. So you can see here that the multinational, this is about audit, right? So the multinational tax advisory Grant Thornton conducted an audit and on the reserves of USDC and published on Tuesday, which show that 61% of USDC reserves are held in cash and cash equivalents, equaling to about 13.4 billion as of May 28. So this is a good thing, right? Circle's total commercial paper accounts for 9% of the reserves, and the figures provide stark contrast to Tether's reserves, in which undisclosed commercial paper accounted for 49.5% of its total reserves. So USDC only has 9% of commercial paper, where Tether has almost 50%. So this is really dangerous. So on May 28th, there was $22 billion worth of USD in circulation, with a total fair value of the USD dollar assets in different accounts. So bottom line, guys, what I'm trying to say to you guys is I personally, this is not financial advice, I have moved all of my US Tether, USDT into USDC. I have done that. So I'm not telling you that that's what I have done. So if you want to follow me, that's totally up to you. So that being said, what I'm saying to you guys is that we got the Fed looking at regulation on Tether. We got the Department of Justice investigating Tether execs, and it's my opinion only that somebody could be in trouble real soon, and we could see that Tether could collapse in a very short term. Maybe this year, maybe next year. But you guys just need to hold on to your seats and buckle up, because Tether is not looking good for Tether right now. So yeah, I'm moving everything to USDC. I'm not. That's what I have done. This is not financial advice. Okay, so I know this is a little bit long and a little dragging out on this video, but you guys need to know what's going on with Tether. Okay, so don't beat me up. All right. Okay. So other news, positive news. Kazakhstan. I can't pronounce it. Sorry. If you're a Kakistani person, I apologize. I'm botching up the name of your country. So Kazakhstan right now, Kazakhstan government reported planning to officially authorize banks and institutions to open bank accounts for cryptocurrency transactions. So that's a good news. It's bullish news. And the reason they're doing that is because a lot of miners are moving to Kazakhstan. All right, so that's really good news for them. That's really good news for us. Other news that's happening is Finders experts predict that Ethereum will reach $4,500 this year, and it could go as high as 18K in 2025. So if you have Ethereum right now, my advice, not financial advice, my opinion is hold, hodl, don't sell your Ethereum. It's going to go to the moon, because if you're holding on to 1,000 Ethereum like I am, and it goes to 18K, do the math. Okay, so Ethereum will have a very bullish year according to the experts, according to a price prediction poll by Finder. The average price that the second-ranked crypto asset by market capitalization will reach this year is about 4,500 according to the polled experts. And we could hit 18,000 in 2025. So that's amazing stuff, guys. So you guys need to buckle up, and they're saying that the expert poll expects that $4,596 by December 31st, 2021. And that's just around the corner, guys. So, looks like we could see a rocket ride for Ethereum. All right. So we're not going to talk about the Amazon thing. And then we're also briefly looking at Bitcoin price sees higher low as traders forecast 45K breakout within weeks. So traders are saying that we could see a $45,000 Bitcoin in a couple of weeks. I believe that as long as we can stay above our 35,500 support level, we should see ourselves definitely cranking up to 45,000. The first trip above, and you guys saw that yesterday we had a first trip above 40,000 in 6 weeks. Bitcoin's price action is now attempting to consolidate and form support at a higher low. And this is really good news. This is positive news for everybody. And, if we look at the buy and sells levels, we can see that right now, most of the sell levels that are pegged on Binance is above 40, and and there's a lot of support significantly at 36,000. So this is really bullish news, and I believe that we're going to see a $45,000 Bitcoin coming in, and then that will also take Dogecoin and all the other altcoins with it. So another article that came out, we talked about that came out recently, is that we can see now that I believe that most of altcoins have hit the bottom. They formed a bottom, and now we only have one way, and that's where we're moving up, guys. So that's really positive news. I hopefully you guys you think that's really positive. So guys, let's jump into the markets and let's get into it. So let me refresh the markets right now. So let's get it. Let's get it. Okay, so right now we can see that the markets have come up from this morning. Right now we're only down 2.9%, about 3%. We were down almost around 8% this morning compared to yesterday. So we're coming up a little bit. Bitcoin right now is trading at 37,565, and that's only down 1.9%. So we're still up almost 27% for the week. Ethereum right now is at $2,250, so that's pretty good, down 4%, and we're up 28%, almost 29% for the whole week, so that's pretty good. Binance is up almost just above 19%, and that's at $308. Cardano is up 23% for the week, down 5%, and that's $1.27. And my Doge, my Doge is above 20 cents, so that's really good. And we're only down 9.37%, but we're still up 24.5% for the whole week. So it's looking bullish, guys. Looking pretty bullish. I still see that by the end of the week we're going to hit 23 to 25 cent Dogecoin absolutely incoming, guys. I believe that. You should believe that too. And so, guys, this is Daryl from Crypto Daily Trade Signals, coming to you live from Asia. Sorry this content was a little bit long, but I wanted to get the message out to you about the US Tether. I want you guys just to be a little bit cautious with that. So smash the likes, subscribe right now, and don't forget to check out my links. Go to my description, check out my link. Support me on Patreon, buy the channel a coffee, check out my NFT collection, become a member. Why don't you become a member? And also check out my merch. We got great merch, lots of merch. Hoodies, bags, aprons, t-shirts, all that kind of stuff. You know, one of my most favorite items on the merch is the mug. You know, get yourself a mug, pick yourself a mug, something in multiple colors. I like the red one. All right, guys, be blessed. Sorry this took so long. I love you guys to death. Woohoo! This is the OG in the house. Spreading a little bit of love, spreading a good vibe. I'll see you at 9 o'clock with an update. Guys, be blessed. Love you guys to death. Woohoo!